What is going on, lads? My name is AJ3FIFA and welcome to a player review of 86 rated in-form Fernando Torres. He got his in-form for scoring 2 goals against Sunderland a week or so ago now, and he came out last Wednesday in packs, and I've lent him off a lad by the name of Adam. He's always knocking around in Bates and Stream, and he's on Twitter, so I'll leave his link below and go and follow him to give him a big thank you for lending me this player, as he does cost about 265k minimum buy now at the time of recording this video on the Xbox, and about 285k on the PS3. So what you lads are interested in is whether he's worth this price, whether he's any good, and whether you should go out and pick him up. So we're going to move into the stats now and take a look at the main on the card stats and how he's been performing in games for me. So you can see there straight away he's got 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. 4-star skill moves is always handy to throw in some cheeky Berber spins and maybe a Ronaldo chop or two. Mostly I just use the roulette, so anything above 3 I consider pretty decent. He's got 4-star weak foot, which is pretty good. Scored quite a few goals with his left foot, so I can't really complain about that. He's 6 foot, giving him a decent height, and he's got 78 header, and you can see on the card there. So he's not too bad at headers. I haven't scored too many, but I have overall played 6 games with him, which is more like 8 and 9 when you throw in friendlies against me mates, and scored 15 goals, which is probably about 19 afterwards. However, you will see in a second that I did score 8 goals in one game, so if you knock that off, the rating would be more like 7 goals in 5 games, or with the friendlies, about 10 goals in 8 games. So he hasn't got a bad record at all. He scores at least 1 goal a game, and he scored some quite important goals for me as well. If we now jump over to his on the card stats, you'll see that all of them, apart from defending, are over 70, and the 3 most important ones, pace, shooting and dribbling, are 84. So that's pretty good. Maybe not quite as high as you'd expect for paying almost 300k for a player, but if you're looking game, you'll see most of his stats are green or dark green. He's got a 91 finishing, 86 long shots, 90 shot power, 92 volleys. His curve and dribbling and ball control and all that are very, very good. He's got that all-important high-low work rate, and he's got nice balanced physical attributes. So all in all, he's got some pretty good stats, and he's a really, really balanced player. So now you can just see some of the goals that I've scored with him running through, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about him and how I feel about the player in general. So I said first of all that he's a very balanced player. However, if there's one thing that stands out for me, it is his shooting. He's got absolutely insane shooting. His finishing and shot power and long shots and all that feel like they're about 99, and really you just press circle and the ball goes in the back of the net. He very, very rarely misses. Even with finesse shots, which aren't overpowered at all on this game, they still just go in all the time. So I was really, really impressed with his shooting, and his dribbling and ball control and all stuff like that are also very, very good. He's really intricate with his dribbling, and he's got the 4-star skill moves to get past players. He's very good at the shuffle dribbling as well, I've noticed. However, if there was one thing that did let him down, I said he had balanced physical attributes, but unfortunately on FIFA 13, balanced physical attributes aren't what you want. You want all pace one-sided, or just one-sided totally in pace. So if he is lacking in anything, it is that pace. So if you are a sweaty, pace abuse kind of player who just likes to play it over the top, sprint through on goal and smash it into the back of the net, then Torres may not be for you. I did have to slightly adapt my playstyle. I am used to playing with a bit of sweaty pace as well, just because that's how you win on FIFA 13. But once I had adapted my playstyle, he was very, very good, and I came up against that guy who won 8-0 with, who didn't have a pacey defence at all, and he absolutely destroyed him. The guy wasn't massively terrible at FIFA. He obviously wasn't the best, but he wasn't shit, and I just absolutely ran riot with Torres and scored 8 goals in one game, just because of his absolutely insane finishing. However, he does make up a little bit for his lack of pace and stuff like that. With his positioning in the box and his attacking intelligence and stuff like that, he is always in the right place on the last man's shoulder, or nicking in to get the rebounds and stuff like that. So he is pretty good at that stuff. But it is still difficult to use a striker with 80 pace when the centre-backs, David Luiz, Kabul, Kyle Walker and Clichy, everyone's got that same defence. 75% of the goal teams that you play against have got that defence, so it is really difficult to use them against them, when even when you get through and goal past them, they can quite easily catch up to you. So if I was to use Torres again, I would probably put him in a centre forward role, maybe in 4-2-3-1, put him in the centre forwards. He can be a bit of a playmaker and score the long shots, or maybe play him as an attacking midfielder in 3-5-2. I think he'd suit that role very, very well. So now we're just going to go over and have a look at some pros and cons that I've summed up, and more importantly, whether he is worth it. So, the main pros of Torres are his unbelievable shooting, his very, very good dribbling, and his ability to always be in the right place at the right time. As well, you could say he's got pretty decent passing and is just a very good all-round player. His main con is the fact that he's only got 84 pace, and even that doesn't feel like 84 pace, to be perfectly honest with you. He's only 4 marks behind Morales, and Morales is a million times faster than him. But apart from that, you could probably say that his price maybe is a con, but whether or not he's worth it is a different question, so we'll move on to that now. And to be honest with you, he's kind of in the middle with whether he's worth it. If you have got the coins to spend on him, then yes, he is definitely worth it, and I would really pick him up and probably play him in centre forward, and it'll be even better for you. But is he one of them players where you have to save up and buy? Maybe not. So he's hard to judge. I wouldn't say, oh my god, Torres, you've got to buy him, best player ever. But if you have got a spare 300k knocking around, it would be Torres that I would spend it on. So anyway, lads, apart from that, I'd probably give Torres a rating of about 8 out of 10. If you can afford to pick up a pace card for him and put a pace card on him every single game, he's an easy 10 out of 10 and he'll be the best player on the game. But apart from that, I hope you've enjoyed this review. I hope it's been nice and informative for you. If it has, do be sure to drop it a like, subscribe up top, and go and check out last episode of Pokemon FIFA, which will be in the description below, and I will see you next time.